Hello, Joel Tadman here from Golf Monthly, and today is a very exciting day because we're talking about the new Mizuno MP-18 irons. I'm not going to talk too much about the technology within these clubs. In this video is to talk about the three different irons, so the Muscleback, the MP-18 SC model and the MMC model, the multi-material cavity. We're talking about who they're aimed at and what type of performance they give you. So let's start with who they're aimed at. Obviously, it doesn't take a genius to work out that the Muscleback, the bladed iron, is for the very best ball strikers, your tour players, your very, very low handicaps indeed. It's an out-and-out blade. You can tell just by looking at it how small it is, how compact it is down behind the ball. It's not going to inspire a lot of confidence at address. Moving into the MP-18 SC model, which stands for split cavity. Don't get me wrong, this is still a very, very compact iron indeed. It's still designed for tour players and very low handicappers. What you'll notice in terms of how it differs with the MP-18 blade is that it's got a significantly wider sole actually. Similar in shape, marginally thicker top line. We're talking, you know, cigarette paper in terms of thickness of top line. It's still very small, still progressive through the set, again for your very, very pure ball strikers. And then finally we've got the MP-18 MMC. Now this is a multi-material design, it actually has 2 degrees stronger loft, so this is designed to offer a little bit more of everything, a little bit more forgiveness, a little bit more distance in an iron that still feels nice and soft. Obviously still has a nice compact profile. It's probably, you know, a touch more offset and a touch thicker top line than the other two. The other two go together perhaps more than the MMC. They're both the same loft, very traditional lofts. I think I've got 7 irons in each of these at 34 degrees and this one is 32 degrees, so a little bit stronger in loft, but definitely, obviously they all come under the MP-18 umbrella, and there's definitely a lot of scope to mix and match irons within this set. You can conceivably have all 4 MP-18 irons within one set. You could have your fly highs, your long iron replacement, you could have a couple of MMCs in there, your mid irons in the SCs, and then a couple of short irons in the blade for precision and workability and feel. So let's start with the MP-18, the blade. Obviously what I love about this club is that it feels absolutely fantastic. You've got that new Grain Flow Forge HD process, the high density process, which looks to have contributed a lot to the improvement in the feel and sound of this club. The way I would describe the sensation when you hit a shot out of the middle of this club is that it's got a really long hit. And what I mean by that is that the ball seems to stay on the face for an eternity. You know, you really don't actually feel anything at all. When you hit it out the middle, it's just that really pure, you get nothing through your hands, it's just so pure. It's definitely one of the best feeling clubs I've ever hit. That said, there is obviously a trade-off with forgiveness. It's pretty harsh away from the sweet spot. Definitely seen when you don't quite catch it, you know, low on the face, heel and toe, it just kind of falls out the sky a little bit. You lose a lot of distance. Obviously the golfer is going to be using this iron, he's not using it for distance, and they're obviously a very good ball striker and don't miss the middle that often. So excellent feeling club. I'd love to have these in my bag, but sadly I don't really think as a 5 handicap even I'm good enough to put that in play. Moving on to the next one, the SC model, marginally harder and louder club. It still feels very soft. A touch more forgiveness built in, but not really a whole lot. Definitely more playable, I think, from a wider area on the face. Seems to be a little bit more stability on this club, and obviously with that wider sole just seems to give you a little bit more help through the turf there. Obviously the bladed model really cut through the turf nice and crisply. And then finally, what I would say about the MMC model, obviously it's got slightly stronger loft, so it's going to give you more distance, but I'd say it's more of a springy feel off the face, not quite as soft, a little bit of a louder sound to it. I wouldn't say it was hard necessarily, but just felt a bit more springy, a little bit hotter off the face, a little bit different to the Muscleback iron, which is obviously a very long hit, soft hit. So just kind of those two ends of the spectrum, and then the SC model is right in between those two. Let's look at the GC2 numbers now and see exactly what performance we got. So we're looking at the GC2 numbers now for the Mizuno MP-18 iron range. Like I said, not really sure the data is as applicable in this set. You know, this is more about a club that golfers aspire to play, about workability, about feel, but I'll present them to you nonetheless. Starting with the bladed model, I've got average carry of 167 with a 7 iron of 34 degrees of loft. Actually, that went further than I expected. Spinning at 5.3, so nice and high spin. You're going to get some nice stopping power into the greens, and obviously peak height of 38 yards. You know, it's a fairly nice high ball flight. Moving into the SC model, exactly the same carry distance for me, and a slightly lower spin and a slightly lower launch angle, and then that gets even more the case moving down into the MMC model. Obviously slightly stronger lofts, but we've got an average carry of 170 and a slightly lower spin still at 5,148, and then the launch angle has come down as well. So what I really like about these irons is how precise they are. The three models in the line, you've got an excellent progression of performance in all three. You've got the MMC, which is your lowest spinning, your lowest launching, your longest iron. It's going to give you more distance, and then as you go up into the SC and the blade, you've got a little bit more spin, a little bit more launch, and a little bit less distance, but those distances across all three models are extremely consistent. Like I said, the similarity in performance and profile means there's definitely a lot of scope to mix and match irons in this set. You know, it really does add another dimension to your custom fitting session. You want to be getting the best clubs for your game. I think mixing and matching these irons within the set is definitely the way to go. It's a very impressive offering from Mizuno. You've got that bladed model, which isn't going to give you the forgiveness, but it's definitely going to give you the precision, the feel and the workability. Moving up into the SC model, a little bit more help there, a little bit more stability on those off-centre hits, marginally more inviting to hit down by the ball. And then moving into the MMC model, you've got three different metals in that club head working to deliver more distance and also more forgiveness on those off-centre hits. For the majority of golfers, the MMC model, while they come in at a slightly higher price point, at £150 per club, it's going to give you more of an all-round package. Moving down to the SC and the MB model, the bladed model, they come in at £135 per club, and they really are for the best of the best ball strikers. So if you're in the market for a new set of irons, if you're a competent ball striker, if you prioritise perhaps feel and workability and precision over things like forgiveness and distance, the MP-18 irons are certainly ones you should be considering in 2017.